Have you ever walked out of a doctor's office feeling more anxious than when you went in, clutching a stack of test results you barely understand, wondering if all those checkups are really keeping you healthy? What if I told you that the routine health screenings you've trusted for years could be doing more harm than good, especially after 70? In this video, we're diving into the desert willow wisdom, a life-changing perspective that reveals 5 shocking reasons why excessive health checkups might be stealing your time, money, and even years from your life. From the emotional toll of overdiagnosis to the hidden risks of routine tests, we'll uncover the truth about what your body really needs in your golden years. You need to watch until the end because we're sharing the 5 essential tests that truly matter, plus practical tips to reclaim your vitality and live with purpose, not fear. This could be the turning point that transforms how you approach your health forever. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video, you can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Overdiagnosis, the silent thief of peace. Clara, my 74-year-old friend, had always been diligent about her health, treating her annual, comprehensive medical exam as a sacred ritual. She believed these checkups were her shield against the uncertainties of aging. But during one such visit, a routine imaging scan revealed a small, ambiguous shadow on her pancreas. The discovery sent her spiraling into months of anxiety, a relentless cycle of invasive follow-up tests, and countless sleepless nights haunted by the specter of a life-threatening illness. Each appointment chipped away at her emotional resilience, and the fear of a dire diagnosis consumed her thoughts. After enduring this grueling ordeal, the final verdict arrived. The shadow was benign, a harmless quirk of her aging body. "I lost half a year to worry," Clara confided, her voice quivering with a mix of relief and frustration. "I thought about dying every single day. For nothing." Clara's experience is far from unique. It shines a spotlight on the pervasive issue of overdiagnosis, particularly among seniors. As we age, our bodies undergo natural changes. Tissues shift, organs bear the marks of time, and imaging scans often pick up anomalies that are benign but flagged as potential threats. Tests and screening protocols, often designed with younger adults in mind, frequently misinterpret these age-related changes as medical red flags, setting off a cascade of unnecessary interventions. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Medicine underscored the scale of this problem, revealing that nearly 60% of seniors who receive abnormal findings from routine screenings undergo follow-up procedures that are ultimately deemed unnecessary. These interventions, ranging from biopsies to advanced imaging, carry significant risks, including physical complications, financial burdens, and profound emotional tolls. The psychological impact of overdiagnosis cannot be overstated. For seniors like Clara, the stress of a potential diagnosis can erode mental health, disrupt sleep, and even weaken the immune system, making them more vulnerable to other health issues. The fear of "what if" lingers long after a benign result is confirmed, leaving emotional scars that can diminish quality of life. Clara's story serves as a poignant warning. While medical screenings are often framed as proactive and life-saving, they can sometimes do more harm than good. Seniors, their families, and their healthcare providers must approach diagnostic tests with discernment, carefully weighing the necessity of each procedure against the potential for harm. Questioning the true value of a test, especially in the context of age-related changes, is not just prudent. It's essential to preserving both health and peace of mind. 2. Risky tests. When routine becomes dangerous. Medical tests like colonoscopies, biopsies, or advanced imaging are often marketed as routine, almost benign components of preventive care. However, for seniors, these procedures can carry significant and underappreciated risks, transforming a seemingly simple checkup into a health crisis. Aging bodies are more fragile, with thinner tissues, slower healing processes, and a higher susceptibility to complications. A 2024 report from the American College of Gastroenterology highlighted the dangers, noting that colonoscopies in individuals over 80 carry a 4-fold higher risk of serious complications, such as intestinal perforation or severe bleeding, compared to those in their 40s. These risks are not merely statistical. They translate into real-world consequences that can upend the lives of otherwise healthy seniors. Take my neighbor, Tom, a sprightly 79-year-old who prided himself on his active lifestyle. Daily walks, gardening, and volunteering at the local community center. When his doctor recommended a routine biopsy to investigate a minor abnormality detected during a checkup, Tom didn't hesitate. He trusted the medical system implicitly. But the procedure took a devastating turn when it triggered an infection that required aggressive antibiotic treatment. The medication disrupted his digestive system, leaving him with months of discomfort, dietary restrictions, and a weakened state that curtailed his beloved activities. "I went in feeling fine," Tom recalled, his voice heavy with regret. "I came out sicker than I'd ever been. I wish I'd asked more questions." Tom's ordeal illustrates a critical truth. Procedures labeled as routine can destabilize an aging body, turning a healthy senior into a patient grappling with new health challenges. For older adults, the risks of invasive tests are compounded by factors like reduced immune function, slower recovery times, and the potential for adverse reactions to anesthesia or medications. For example, a colonoscopy, while valuable for detecting serious conditions in some cases, can lead to complications like dehydration from bowel preparation, infections, or even heart strain in frail individuals. Similarly, biopsies, which involve extracting tissue samples, can introduce infections or cause bleeding that is harder to manage in older bodies. These risks underscore the need for a more cautious, individualized approach to medical testing in seniors. Healthcare providers must consider a patient's overall health, medical history, and the potential benefits of a procedure against its risks. Patients and their families, in turn, should feel empowered to ask probing questions. Is this test truly necessary? What are the specific risks for someone my age? Are there less invasive alternatives? By fostering open dialogue and prioritizing informed decision-making, we can protect seniors from the hidden dangers of routine tests that may do more harm than good. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Medication overload. When pills do more harm than good. At 77, my Uncle George was the picture of vitality, an avid gardener and daily walker who relished his active routine in his quiet suburban neighborhood. But after a routine checkup, his doctor flagged slightly elevated cholesterol levels and prescribed statins, a common medication to lower cholesterol and reduce cardiovascular risk. George trusted his doctor's expertise and began the medication without hesitation. Within weeks, however, his life changed dramatically. Severe muscle pain set in, making every step a struggle and rendering his cherished walks a distant memory. Simple tasks, like tending to his roses or carrying groceries, became daunting. "I felt like I aged a decade overnight," George said, his usual cheer replaced by frustration. After months of discomfort, he and his doctor decided to discontinue the statins. Almost miraculously, his strength and vitality returned within weeks, and he was back to his garden and his walks, reclaiming the life he loved. George's experience is a stark reminder of the risks of medication overload in seniors, a phenomenon often driven by outdated medical standards. Research increasingly challenges the one-size-fits-all approach to prescribing for older adults. A 2023 study in The Lancet revealed that for seniors over 70, slightly elevated cholesterol levels may actually be protective, associated with improved survival rates and better cognitive function. Yet, many doctors continue to rely on guidelines designed for younger populations, prescribing statins and other medications without fully considering their impact on aging bodies. These drugs often come with a litany of side effects: muscle pain, fatigue, liver or kidney strain, and even cognitive decline that can erode a senior's quality of life and independence. For older adults, the body's ability to metabolize medications diminishes with age, increasing the risk of adverse reactions. Statins, for instance, can cause debilitating muscle weakness or increase the risk of diabetes in some patients. Other commonly prescribed drugs, like blood pressure medications or antidepressants, may lead to dizziness, falls, or memory issues, turning an active senior into someone reliant on others for daily tasks. Polypharmacy, the use of multiple medications, compounds these risks, as drug interactions can amplify side effects or create new health problems. According to a 2024 report from the American Geriatric Society, nearly 40% of seniors take 5 or more prescription medications, many of which may be unnecessary or inappropriate for their age and health status. George's story is a powerful lesson in the importance of scrutinizing every prescription. Seniors and their families must advocate for themselves, asking critical questions. Is this medication truly necessary? Are there non-pharmacological alternatives, like dietary changes or exercise? What are the potential side effects for someone my age? By fostering open communication with healthcare providers and prioritizing personalized care, seniors can avoid the pitfalls of medication overload and protect their health, vitality, and independence. 4. Financial strain. The hidden cost of just in case. The consequences of unnecessary medical interventions extend far beyond physical and emotional tolls. They can devastate a senior's financial security, robbing them of the resources needed to live life to the fullest. My friend Maria, a vibrant 71-year-old with a lifelong dream of visiting Italy, learned this lesson the hard way. After a routine mammogram flagged a suspicious shadow, she was swept into a whirlwind of follow-up scans, specialist consultations, and diagnostic procedures. Each appointment drained her savings, forcing her to dip into the travel fund she had meticulously saved for her dream trip. Months later, after enduring stress and uncertainty, Maria received the news that the shadow was benign, a false alarm. "I gave up my dream trip to Italy for tests I didn't even need," she said, her eyes welling with tears as she described the loss of an experience that would have brought her joy and fulfillment. Maria's story highlights the often overlooked financial burden of overdiagnosis and unnecessary medical interventions. For seniors, who often live on fixed incomes or rely on savings to sustain their quality of life, the costs of just-in-case tests and treatments can be catastrophic. A 2024 analysis by the National Institute on Aging estimated that seniors in the United States spend an average of $3,200 annually on unnecessary medical costs, including diagnostic tests, follow-up procedures, and medications prescribed for conditions that may not require intervention. These expenses can force difficult trade-offs, compelling seniors to forego meaningful experiences, travel, hobbies, or even basic necessities to cover medical bills. The financial strain is compounded by the complexity of navigating healthcare systems, where pressure to rule out potential issues often leads to a cascade of costly procedures. For example, a single abnormal test result, like Maria's mammogram, can trigger a series of MRIs, biopsies, and specialist visits, each carrying its own price tag. For seniors without comprehensive insurance or those facing high deductibles, these costs can quickly spiral out of control. Beyond the immediate financial hit, the emotional toll of sacrificing dreams or financial stability adds another layer of harm, eroding the sense of agency and joy that is so vital in later years. To mitigate this hidden cost, seniors and their families must approach medical decisions with vigilance. Asking questions like, "What happens if we monitor this instead of acting immediately?" Or "Are there less invasive, less costly alternatives?" can help avoid unnecessary expenses. Healthcare providers, too, have a responsibility to prioritize value-based care, ensuring that tests and treatments are justified by clear evidence of benefit, particularly for older adults. By challenging the just-in-case mentality, seniors can preserve their financial resources for the experiences that truly enrich their lives, whether it's a trip to Italy, time with loved ones, or simply the peace of mind that comes with financial security. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. The emotional toll. Anxiety that breaks the spirit. For many seniors, the emotional weight of medical uncertainty can be as debilitating as any physical ailment. My Aunt Ruth, a spirited 75-year-old who once filled her days with volunteer work and lively book club discussions, experienced this firsthand after a routine blood test flagged an ambiguous abnormality. The weeks spent waiting for follow-up results were, in her words, a fog of fear. Every ring of the phone sent her heart racing, each call a potential harbinger of devastating news. She stopped sleeping well, her appetite waned, and her usual enthusiasm for life dimmed under the shadow of what if. Even when the results came back clear, confirming no serious condition, the emotional toll lingered like an unwelcome guest. Ruth's energy remained sapped, her confidence shaken. "I wasn't sick until they made me feel like I was," she said, her voice heavy with the weight of an ordeal that left scars no medical test could measure. Ruth's story underscores a profound truth. The psychological stress of medical uncertainty can be profoundly damaging, particularly for seniors. Research from the Journal of Psychosomatic Medicine, 2024, highlights how prolonged anxiety from awaiting test results or navigating diagnostic uncertainty can weaken the immune system, elevate cortisol levels, and accelerate cellular aging. For older adults, who may already face challenges like social isolation or declining resilience, this stress can exacerbate existing health issues or trigger new ones, such as insomnia, depression, or even cardiovascular strain. The fear of a potential diagnosis, whether it's cancer, heart disease, or another serious condition, can cast a long shadow, eroding the joy and vitality that define a fulfilling life. For many seniors, the emotional toll of "what if" proves more harmful than the condition being investigated, turning routine medical care into a source of dread rather than reassurance. This emotional burden calls for a more compassionate, mindful approach to healthcare for seniors. Doctors must communicate clearly about the purpose and potential outcomes of tests, acknowledging the anxiety they may provoke. Seniors and their families should feel empowered to ask for support, whether through counseling, clear timelines for results, or alternative diagnostic strategies that minimize uncertainty. Ruth's experience is a haunting reminder that protecting mental health is as critical as safeguarding physical health, and that the fear induced by medical ambiguity can break the spirit in ways that no diagnosis ever should. The Desert Willow Way, a smarter path to health. In a healthcare system often driven by caution and excess, the Desert Willow wisdom offers a refreshing alternative, a philosophy rooted in choosing quality over quantity, listening to your body, and partnering with your doctor to prioritize what truly enhances your life. Named for the resilient desert willow tree, which thrives in harsh conditions by adapting wisely to its environment, this approach encourages seniors to focus on health strategies that support vitality, independence, and joy. Rather than chasing endless tests or treatments, the Desert Willow Way emphasizes informed choices, a balanced lifestyle, and a commitment to living fully at every stage of life. Below are 5 essential tests to prioritize after age 70, each carefully selected to detect serious risks early while minimizing the harms of overdiagnosis, along with lifestyle practices to sustain well-being. Blood pressure monitoring. A simple ritual for longevity. High blood pressure, often called the silent killer, can lead to heart attacks, strokes, or kidney damage if left unchecked. Yet, it's easily managed with early detection. My dad, now 80, has made daily blood pressure checks a comforting morning ritual, using a simple home monitor. "It's like checking the weather before I start my day," he says, smiling. Regular monitoring empowers him to spot trends early, discuss them with his doctor, and adjust his diet or medication as needed. A 2024 study in hypertension found that consistent home monitoring reduces cardiovascular events by 20% in seniors, offering a low-risk, high-impact way to stay proactive about heart health. Diabetes screening. A pathway to prevention. Undetected diabetes can lead to complications like nerve damage, vision loss, or heart disease, but early detection opens the door to manageable solutions. My friend Helen, 76, discovered her prediabetes through a routine blood test and transformed her life with simple changes. Swapping processed snacks for fresh fruits and rediscovering her love for gardening as a form of daily exercise. "It gave me a reason to get back to my plants," she says, her eyes lighting up as she describes her flourishing vegetable patch. According to the American Diabetes Association, 2024, early intervention through diet, exercise, or medication can delay or prevent diabetes complications in 70% of seniors, preserving their independence and vitality. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Bone density test. Safeguarding mobility. Osteoporosis, which weakens bones and increases fracture risk, can silently steal a senior's ability to move freely. A bone density test, typically a quick and non-invasive DEXA scan, can identify risks early, allowing for interventions like calcium supplements, weight-bearing exercise, or medication. My mom, 78, credits her bone density screening with keeping her active. After starting supplements and a strength training routine, she continues to hike with her grandchildren, her laughter echoing through the trails. The National Osteoporosis Foundation, 2023, reports that early detection and treatment reduce fracture risk by up to 50%, ensuring seniors can maintain the mobility that keeps life vibrant. Hearing and vision tests. Restoring connection. Sensory decline, whether in hearing or vision, can isolate seniors from the people and activities they love, increasing the risk of depression and cognitive decline. Simple tests can identify issues early, and interventions like hearing aids or corrective lenses can make a world of difference. My uncle, 81, was growing quiet at family dinners until a hearing test led to a hearing aid. Now, His hearty laughter fills the room as he trades stories with his grandkids. The World Health Organization, 2024, notes that addressing sensory impairments improves social engagement and mental health in 85% of seniors, reconnecting them to the world around them. Depression screening. Nurturing mental health. Mental health is the cornerstone of a fulfilling life, yet depression in seniors often goes unnoticed, mistaken for normal aging. A brief screening, often a questionnaire administered during a checkup, can identify symptoms and open the door to support. After my aunt's screening revealed mild depression, she began counseling and rediscovered her passion for painting, her vibrant watercolors now adorning her home. "I didn't realize how much I'd lost my spark until I found it again," she says. The American Psychological Association, 2024, emphasizes that early intervention for depression improves quality of life in 80% of seniors, underscoring the value of prioritizing mental well-being. Beyond these targeted tests, true health lies in a lifestyle that nourishes body, mind, and soul. Daily walks, even if just a gentle stroll around the block, boost circulation and mood. My dad swears by his evening loop through the neighborhood, waving to neighbors along the way. Protein-rich meals, like soft-boiled eggs with whole-grain toast or a hearty lentil soup, support muscle strength and energy. My mom's kitchen is now a hub for experimenting with nutrient-packed recipes. Staying hydrated is critical, especially as thirst cues weaken with age. Setting a water alarm on your phone can be a game-changer, as my friend Helen found. Prioritizing sleep with a calming evening routine, like reading or light stretching, can recharge your body. My uncle's chamomile tea and audiobook ritual has worked wonders. Most importantly, staying connected to others is a lifeline. My mom's book club at 79 isn't just a hobby. It's a weekly dose of laughter, purpose, and community that keeps her spirit alive. As we wrap up this journey through the desert willow wisdom, I hope you've discovered a new way to approach your health. One that prioritizes joy, purpose, and what truly matters in your golden years. Take a moment to reflect. What have you learned today that could change how you navigate your next doctor's visit or live your daily life? Maybe it's questioning unnecessary tests, embracing a simple health habit like daily walks, or finding purpose in a new passion. I'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments below one key lesson you're taking away and how you plan to put it into practice. Your story could inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insights to live your best life. Here's to thriving, not just surviving, in your golden years.